Freshen up? What's she talking about? Hey, I have a question. Hi, Patty. Um, my question is, during this time, has anybody been like freshening up a room in your house? Not a complete remodel or something. I mean, maybe you are, but I mean, just a, let me tell you, my bathroom has been in a state of half doneness for months and months and months. We had a shower without a tub, and I know most people do the exact opposite. They go from a tub to a shower. We did the opposite. I wanted a tub and a shower, so we had this shower stall taken out so that we could get a um, a tub, because I didn't have a bathtub in this house. That's craziness. So to me, I know a lot of people, you know, don't think so, but I didn't like having a house without a bathtub. So this upstairs bathroom, we had that done, and because they tore out this shower stall, some walls got redone, like I don't know, drywalled and stuff like that. So, which caused painting to need to be done before we could use this bathtub and shower. So we did a really quick paint job where we absolutely needed to, without really doing a very nice job. And so it sat that way for months and months and months. And finally, this past week, I said, okay, enough. We need we need to get this painting done. My husband hates any kind of house type of work. So, but when he sets his mind to it and does it, it gets done quickly and very well, because he's very like fussy, way more fussy than I am. So long story short, it was already too long. We finally got that bathroom finished painting. I had for a couple of years a frame that someone had sent to me to do a blog post about, to put a frame around my mirror. Got that up. It just looks a lot nicer. And all we really did was paint and put that frame up. But now I want to decorate a little bit in there. But I want it to be spotlight, so I don't want it to be too fussy like the rest of my house is. Like, there's, because of Chalk Couture, there's stuff all over the place. It's just, it, but I like that kind of thing. But anyway, long story. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just doing some finishing touches in here. One of the things that I have that we did was we put this shelving unit, and you know what I'm talking about, behind the toilet that has, you know, some storage. So on top of that, I have this sitting that I had gotten this months ago. Isn't this awesome? This old tub. And it's made to look old. And I got this from Decor Steals. Have you ever heard of Decor Steals? I've been buying for them for years, and they have like a daily deal, and it's farmhousey kind of stuff. And the prices are pretty good. And I had gotten this, and I think it was a set of two of these bathtubs, this big one and then a smaller one. I use the smaller one for when I do workshops and things like that. I take it with me, and I put our, I don't know, so chalk stuff in it. And so, but this other one I am using to hide all my bathroom cleaning supplies in it. So it sits up there and you can't really see what's inside. And then the very top, I put a bunch of those scrubbies. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those nylon netty scrubby things? So that it looks like bubbles coming out of the bathtub, because you can't see inside of it when it's sitting up on a shelf. So I'm just rambling. So I want to use this transfer that's called Freshen Up. Okay, so I thought for the front of this, I knew that this wouldn't fit, that this would be too long. But I'm thinking either this one, hand towels free, or this one, fresh soap and water 5 cents. I kind of like this one. It's not going to fit. Well, it might. Yeah, it's going to barely just fit. Which one? I like them both. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. So that's the plan. I'm making sure that, okay, we're good here. And make sure I've got that muted. Okay. Okay. So, And then I'm going to do a couple of, oops, there goes my water bottle. I hope I don't need it. I'm going to do a couple of projects. So let me put this down. Let me start with this. Let me move this so I can show. This is metal. It's just painted metal to look like that old enamel stuff. And it's funny because I was working on my enamel plates today. Did you see my enamel plates? I did them last week or maybe the week before. Showed you how to do them. Oh my gosh, they're coming out so... Let me grab them. They're so cute, I can't even stand it. Did you see these enamel plates? I was putting like the shiny glossy finish. Aren't they cute? These are were plain white plates that I painted the animals on and put the marker around the edge so that it looks like that faux enamel. Aren't they so cute? They're not done yet. I'm putting the coats of the glossy finish on, but I'm going crazy over them. I love them. Look at this cow. Anyway, I just had to grab them. And this enamel tub reminded me of it. Okay. I go off on all these different subjects. Where did I get the tub? I got the tub at Decor Steals. Decor Steals. And I'll leave a link to that when I'm done here. Okay, this is going on. This surface is one of those surfaces I've told you about, that if you have a new transfer, you want to make sure you fuzz it very well because it's going to stick like crazy to metal. Okay, so let me mark the back of this. So this one is soap and water. I'll just put soap and water. I just want to identify the back of my transfer backer sheet, so I just write what it is on the back. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Phyllis. So I will put it, you know, they have different things going on every day, Decor Steals. More than one thing. But there's always like a special deal, and I have gotten so much from them. Their prices are so good. So I guess, whoa, it's still really sticky. I might even, this was washed, so maybe there's not a lot of lint left on it, my fuzzing cloth. I don't know. And my bathroom is pretty much very, well, it's the same color as the walls in here. So if you can see the color, that's the color of my walls. It's the exact same, because that's what we had left over because we didn't want to go to the store. We don't go unless we have to. So we figured let's just use paint we already have in the house. So that's what it is with white trim, just like this. So in the cabinet I had painted years and years ago, like an espresso color, and the mirror frame is an espresso. So we're going to go with black and white for the accessories. So let's see if you know what, I'm going to use my sweatshirt too. Get some more fuzz on this. The metal makes me a little nervous because it sticks. All right. Can you guys see okay? Okay, I'm just trying different things. All right. I think we've got it. It just, this just fits. And I'm going, even though this is metal, I'm not baking it. I'm using chalk paste. I'm not using a paste if I could find it. I should have got it out, but I kind of thought I did. I could even use gray. Where the heck? Maybe I've used it all. Where's my black chalk paste? Who hid it? Yeah, here it is. All right. I'll stir this up. Yeah, it looks like it's a good consistency. Should be about like Greek yogurt, and that's what it seems to be. If you're new, say new. so we can welcome you in. If you all wouldn't mind hitting that share button, I would appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna just lay some down with this squeegee end and put that in the water. Then using a mini squeegee, I'll just spread this chalk paste over the silk screened areas. Boy, I feel a bump under there. I wonder what, probably a big piece of lint in all of my zealous fuzzing. I probably got a big piece of lint. And here's the thing. If I'm unhappy with it, or if there's a mistake, I can wash it off and start it over. That's what's good. It's not like paint. Okay, here we go. Just gonna find a corner to lift and then pull it straight down. Fresh soap and water, 5 cents. All right. I thought that was chalk paste for a minute there, but that's the distressing of the tub. How cute is that? Just pick it up here, and I'm hanging one of those scrubby things from here, and then I'll have the top all filled with those scrubbies. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but poofs, shower poofs. Brenda, thanks for joining. Have you heard of Chalk Couture before? Okay, well, it is a line of silk screen reusable stencils that are used with chalk paste, which you just saw me use. That is not permanent. It goes on wet, dries hard, and once it's dry, you can't smudge it like regular chalk, but the awesome thing is you can wash it off. So if I get tired looking at this, I can wash this off, no problem. Okay? Off of most hard surfaces, you can wash it off. The ink, I'll be showing that in a little bit. The ink is permanent, and I'll talk about that later. But there you go. Now I can hide my cleaning supplies back inside of my tub. My sponges and gloves and all of that stuff. And then I'll fill the top with those shower poofs. And where it sits up high on my shelf, you'll never see the cleaning supplies. So that is done. So cute. So it'll sit up high. Okay, that's done. I'll put that to the side. Next, I'll use this other part of the transfer. There are four different designs on this one sheet. We call them transfers, but they're like stencils, and they're silk screen, they're reusable. And I'll use this. This came on one sheet and I had cut them apart. Okay, Freshen Up. I'll use that on one of our surfaces. Let me show you this one. Let me cut this box open. That's another cool thing. You can use Chalk Couture surfaces, or you can use surfaces in your house or that you purchase somewhere else. I use both. I chalk on my cupboard doors, my oven door, my dishwasher door, my mirrors, my windows, my walls. There's nothing that can hide from my chalk. Okay. Freshen this. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This one is, I don't want to give you the measurements too. This is 6 by 18, and this is the Odette black frame. 6 by 18. This is going to go above the bathtub. There's a high wall there, and this will just be perfect above the bathtub. I have the perfect spot for it. So that this is going to go there, and the black and white just fits in perfectly. With my decor. Now, your bathroom may be teal, and you just do whatever matches your decor. Whoops, forgot to put the name of this on the back. Freshen Up. The reason I do this, in case you joined late, is I need to identify what is the back of the backer sheet that the transfer goes back down on. So when I'm done with this transfer and I've washed it and dried it, I know that it goes down on this glossy side, and this is the back side. It just makes it easier and quicker to identify. That's the whole reason. The whole reason I lay this down on this terracotta towel is to add a bit of lint to the back of the transfer, because it's very sticky. So adding a little bit of lint softens the stick, especially when it's new. As it's used more and more, you don't necessarily have to do that so much. But when it's new and you're going on a non-porous surface, you'll want to fuzz it up. So that's what I did. Now, I'm going to try to get this straight. Looks like I did pretty good. It's nice when the text is curved and it's not as imperative that it be perfectly straight. And since this has a nice curve to it, I like this font. You know what? Even though I'm going black and white, I could do the swooshies and other colors. I'm not going to, but you could. You could, and there's so many different techniques to doing these. You could do ombre, you could do hot mess method, make it look like marbling. There's so much you can do, but I'm just going with straight on chalking, where I just grab some of the chalk paste with my squeegee and smooth it out. Make sure I've got no bubbles or wrinkles. Just smooth it out over the silk screen area. This is so easy. My 5-year-old, well, she's 6 now, granddaughter does this with me. It's so easy. There's a little bit of a learning curve on how much chalk paste and how much pressure maybe, that kind of thing. But like once or twice, you're a pro. That's all it takes. The most common mistake that new people make with the very first time is they use too much chalk paste. And they don't get it thin enough. And they take too long putting it, I guess there's more than one mistake, huh? They take too long putting it on. You don't want the chalk paste to dry while the transfer is still down. So what you could do is the paste and peel method, which is you paste a little bit and peel it up. It's just what I call breaks the seal. Because if the chalk paste dries, and you lift up that transfer, you could pull up the chalk design, and you don't want to do that. But those are just the common mistakes for, you know, when people are chalking for the first time. Too much chalk paste, taking too long to put it on, fussing with it too much, that kind of thing. It all leads to the same thing. The design comes up when you lift it. So there's no pouncing, there's no painting motion, there's just smoothing and getting off the excess. That's all there is to it. It's not like regular stenciling. Okay, and then the best part is the reveal. And there it is. Freshen Up. This will be perfect on the wall that I have in mind. And I'll take pictures of all of this so you can see my new little bathroom. It's nothing special, but it's, you know, I finally have a tub, so that makes it special to me. I'm washing off my hands here. I have one more thing I want to show you. I'm washing off my hands. And I'm getting chalk paste everywhere. It is washable off your skin, not so much your clothes. Okay. So I do recommend, you know, wearing an apron and rolling your sleeves up and that kind of thing. And the reason I'm taking my time to clean off my fingers is because I want to do a shirt with ink, and I don't want to get chalk paste on it. And I've got black chalk paste on my fingers. Okay. Here it is. Let me move this. This dries in just a couple of minutes. And this is another example of when I get tired of looking at this, if I, see something else I'd rather do instead or want to change the color, I'll just wash it off, scrape it off with one of our paste scrapers, or this gets it right off. You just scrape and it comes right off. Or you can use one of our board erasers and wash it off. So I'll put this to the side with my bathtub down there. Okay, one last thing. I've been wanting to do this shirt. Okay, I've just got a plain old Walmart t-shirt or something. I don't know, I've had it forever. And I've been wanting to do this design. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Wife, mom, boss. That's me. How many of you are wife, mom, boss? Tell me. Raise your hand in there. Give me a heart. Who are the wife, mom, bosses out there? If you're not a wife, use the mom, boss part. If you're not a mom, use the wife, boss part. If you're none of the above, use the boss part. You can use whatever you want, right? Hi, Eva. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Marianne. Thank you. South Africa, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so I am all of these. Although my kids are grown, my baby's 30, so there's not a whole lot of mothering going on. Well, more than probably I should have to at this point with 3 grown kids, but you never stop being a mom, do you? Never stop being a mom. It never ends, no matter how old they get. Okay. So, since this transfer is going down on fabric, there is no need to fuzz it. So, there's a difference already. So, let me put the name on this. Wife, mom, boss. And I've seen this done so many ways with just the, people didn't want to use the wife part or the mom part. You could just do whatever you want. You could cut it apart or put tape over it, whatever. I would probably cut it apart because you can always, lay it back down together where it goes. So there's no reason you couldn't cut it apart. It doesn't matter. You're not ruining anything. All right, I'm putting this down on my t-shirt. Before I get started, let me explain for anybody that's new or has not seen the ink. I have inside this t-shirt an ink mat, and all it is like a vinyl mat, like a Cricut mat, and it's sticky on one side, and it's awesome because it holds the fabric in place while you're doing the squeegee action, and it prevents the ink from bleeding back to the back side. So that's what that is. If you don't have one, you could use a Cricut mat if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette machine, and that's what I did before I got my hands on an ink mat. But the ink mats are way stickier than, say, a Cricut mat. But in a pinch, you could use cardboard even, until you could get one. Now, boy, oh boy, I like all the colors. I like all the colors. So, my first instinct was to just, use black. And then, except for the crown, then I would do like one of the shimmer colors. Does anybody have an opinion? What color? I think, or you know what, if I wore it with denim all the time, I could do cadet. Cadet's a cool color. With silver. What do y'all think? I kind of like this. But I like black too, but we do black. I always use black. Let's use cadet and see what this color looks like. Thanks for sharing, everybody. I appreciate your name goes in for a drawing. A prize once a week. What do you think? That's a pretty color. Now be careful. Ink is permanent. That is the biggest difference between ink and chalk paste. And chalk paste will stain clothing, but if I wash this like right away, it'll come out. Ink, on the other hand, is a different animal. Ink is permanent. When you are new to Chalk Couture, I don't advise you using ink first. I advise you getting comfortable with the chalk paste. But then when you do start, I recommend putting extra like painter's tape around the edges just to save you from yourself. God do it to save me from myself. Okay, so it's just a little tip. Oh, crud, I keep touching this black paste and getting on my fingers. For heaven's sakes. Look at me. Oy, oy. I had a big supply of Lysol wipes long before COVID. I bought them in bulk. But I am rationing them because I can't ever, they're never available to buy. I would always get them at Costco, and now they just never have them. Okay, just make sure my fingers are clean. And get a squeegee. And you know what? I don't trust myself. I'm going to do that crown first because I'm going to forget. And anybody who's been watching me for any length of time knows that I get talking and I end up doing things that I shouldn't because I'm not paying attention. Okay, so if I do the crown first in the shimmer silver, oh, there's less a chance of me doing it in blue. And I'll probably do it twice, just so it stands out. Put that up there. All right, here we go. Make sure we've got a good stick. This is most important because if it seeps under the transfer, you won't be happy. You're going to have a smudge that you cannot fix because it's not erasable like chalk paste. All right, it's important to try to go in only one direction. So I'm going to go from the top down and with a light hand, just pull it down and cover the silkscreen areas. Okay, let's go. Start up off of the design and pull down over. Covering the silkscreen area. Okay, got it there. Just like, I mean, don't go crazy with pressure. There's a greater chance if you're heavy-handed of it going underneath. So try not to do that. Going down to the next line. Trying not to take too many sweeps. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to get as much covered in a stroke as possible without overworking it. Those are just the little tips and tricks to ink. And I still always mess up. I even listen to my own tips. My biggest thing is not getting the design centered. I walk around with my design a little bit askew. Because, here's my excuse. I'm doing these while I'm live, and so I'm talking. And if I was, just doing this on my own, see, it's an excuse. I'm blaming all you. No, not really. But just concentrate and take your time. Okay. You don't need, and here's another difference. You don't need to work as quickly with ink as you do with the chalk. It takes way longer to dry, like overnight longer. It'll be tacky for a while. Okay, here's another tip. Make sure your fingertips aren't free of ink because you're gonna be touching your shirt. Okay, especially like under your fingernails has gotten me more than once. Okay, here comes the reveal. Oh, you know what? I want to do that crown one more time. Let me lay that down. I wanted to get the crown a little heavier with the, because the silver is so much like lighter. Do you know what I mean? On white, harder to see. And checking fingers. And lift it up at the end like I did, because if you drag it, then you can drag ink on your shirt. I've done that too. And then I'm getting this inky up, transfer into my pan of water so that I can clean that later. Okay, so now that it's all inked, and it, like I said, it'll take overnight to dry till it's fully dry. I could speed up that process with a heat gun if I wanted to, and even then it's still going to just dry to tacky. It'll be tacky, maybe even in the morning. But here's then what you do after it's dry: either a household iron or a heat press or a Cricut Easy Press. You heat set it. Any of those things. If you don't have a Cricut Easy Press, that's what I use. But if you do have one, it's 30 seconds at 310 degrees on both sides. If you have a household iron, put it at the highest setting and iron it for about 4 minutes, both sides. Okay, so you don't need an Easy Press. It's just easier. Sorry. Easy press. It's, you know. So that's what, but you don't have to have one. You can use an iron, and this is so cute. And like I said, I chose this color because I can wear it with jeans then, you know, right? And I guess we are done. What do you think? I will post pictures. Oh, like I do. Oh, I'm so happy with my porch sign. That's coming back in stock this week. It'll be in stock Thursday or Friday that says, "Welcome to our porch." That one is so popular. That'll be back in stock. These these are in stock, what I used today. So they are available. If you are interested in any products I used, say link, thanks, and I will, thanks for all the hearts and thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions about anything, just put them in the comments and I'll answer everybody's question. Thank you all for sharing. Everyone who shared, I will put your name in the bucket. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.